This is not a Friday, but it is a holiday week, so I might put up a couple extra videos this week. We'll see how it goes. But one of the things that I find disappointing about my channel, and I'm going to rip on myself here for a minute, is that I personally find some things so amusing that nobody else seems to be entertained by. And so I don't know. I mean, I try to pick video topics from a main channel that will do well. And every now and then I'm right, and a video does really, really well on the channel that I was hoping would do well. I hope they all do well, but every now and then I'll put up one that I thought would do well, and it lays there. Like a dead fish. Like, flop, won't you? And I don't understand that. But one of the things that I am amused by, and again, I've done videos on the main channel about this years ago, and people, I don't know, I find this amusing, but some people don't. But the thing is that the spam emails that you get from scammers, I find them hilarious because I can't imagine they work, but they must on some level. But the weird part is how the emails evolve and the scams evolve, and yet I look at them and go, no, that can't possibly work. That cannot possibly work. And yet they come and they get worse and worse. And so one of the ones is going around, and I remember the first time I saw this. The first time I saw this particular scam would have been, I believe, in 2019. And the reason I know that is I remember the first time I saw it going, well, that's a weird one. And then, of course, that was the first time I saw it. I've seen it probably thousands of times since then, filling up my spam folders and so on my email. And what I'm talking about is one that's apparently revived. I hadn't seen it in a while, and all of a sudden I started getting them. And this morning I turned my phone on and looked at it, and I had in my garbage 10 emails in a row that were the same scam. So I wonder, do the scammers understand that if they're all doing the exact same scam, that like this one cannot possibly work? Because if I was to pay one of these people, I'd have to pay them all. If I don't pay even a single one of them, well, there's no reason to pay any of them, at least if you follow the logic of the email. So let me tell you this, and I've heard from many people who've seen this email, who've gotten it themselves. Subject, and it's all caps, your device and email has been compromised. Check this message now, ! And it's allegedly from me. And they actually think that by typing in my email address into the return address, that I'll think it's coming from my hacked email account, which I remember a major news organization talking about how you shouldn't fall for that scam back during the days of AOL. They say, just remember that if something says it comes from someplace, it doesn't. Somebody just typed it in. And no, it did. So no, I did not get this email from my own account. And no one's hacked into my account. And so it says, from Lehto to Lehto. Hello there. Unfortunately, there are some bad news for you. All your base are belong to us. No, it doesn't say it, but it does say there are some bad news for you. Some time ago, your device was infected with my private Trojan RAT, remote administration tool. If you want to find out more about it, simply use Google. So apparently I can Google this guy's techniques. My Trojan allowed me to access your files, accounts, and your camera. Check the sender of this email. I've sent it from your email account. Well, actually, if you had, it would show up in my sent box, wouldn't it? Oh, it didn't. Oh, wait, huh? And then it says, to make sure you read this email, you will receive it multiple times. Now, that line is new. That was not in the original emails. They started putting that in recognition of the fact that it's being sent out by so many different people. And then it says, you truly enjoy checking out porn websites and watching dirty movies while having a lot of kinky fun. I recorded you through your camera. Now, here's the thing that I got to tell you. And you don't have to trust me on this one. My desktop computer doesn't have a camera on it. It literally does not have a camera on it. It has a monitor with no camera. Not all monitors have got cameras in them. And when I was shopping for the desktop computer that I use for the bulk of my work, it didn't occur to me to even look for a camera because I don't need one for what I do. I've got a really nice camera right here that's better than the little one they've got that's got the lens that big that's built into the frame of your monitor. So I don't have a camera on my device. Now, I do have a camera on a laptop that's on this desk right here. It's not being used right now, with a piece of duct tape over the camera that's been there since the day I bought it. I literally duct taped it to make sure that it wouldn't ever accidentally turn itself on. Now, you might say, Steve, were you doing that to protect yourself from this guy? No. This laptop on my desk here is plugged into this camera for when I want to monitor this camera on a bigger screen. I don't use it for these videos. I used to use it for a show I did, long story. But I recorded you through your camera. No, you didn't. Because number one, I don't have one on my desktop. And the only other device I have with a camera on it is duct taped right there. Unless you're claiming you hacked into my cell phone. But that's not what this says. Now, it does say your device. But after that, I removed my malware to not leave any traces. Well, oh, isn't that convenient? Because if you left it there, it would have proved your case. But you removed it. If you still doubt my serious intentions, it only takes a couple of mouse clicks to share the video of you with your friends, relatives, all your email contacts on social networks, the darknet, and to publish all your files. Except, of course, you've already removed the malware from my computer, so you can't do that. Huh. All you need is $400 in Bitcoin transferred to my account. You know, dude, until you learn to speak proper English, I'm not giving you anything. After the transaction is successful, I will proceed to delete everything. Delete what? You've already removed it from my computer. Oh, I'm sorry. I recorded you. That's right. You recorded me through the non-existent camera on my device. Be sure I keep my promises. Yes, there's a hacker code, the code of hackers. You wouldn't want to get in trouble and have somebody file a complaint against you with the hacker council because you might have your hacker license revoked. You can easily buy Bitcoin here. Now, I will admit I've never bought Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin. I don't have all my savings tied up in crypto yet. But it is so nice of him that he supplied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways to buy crypto. He goes, or you can simply Google other exchanger. After that, send the Bitcoin directly to my wallet or install the free software, Atomic Wallet or Exodus Wallet, then receive and send to mine. My Bitcoin address is, and he has a string of gibberish, and I understand that is his Bitcoin wallet. Yes, that's how the address looks like. Copy and paste it. It is case sensitive. You are given not more than 3 days after you have opened this email. As I got access to this email account, I will know if this email has already been read. Everything will be carried out based on fairness. Fairness. Well, if you're going to be fair, you wouldn't have hacked into my account, nor would you have been blackmailing me. And advice from me, regularly change all your passwords to your accounts and update your device with newest security patches. See, he's throwing in some useful advice there at the end that I need to update my passwords. Oh, boy. I do know that there are people out there whose Gmail accounts have been hacked. And I know that because, and I've encountered this one more than once, but I've gotten that email before, which appears to be from a friend of mine. And it says, hey, I'm sorry to contact you like this out of the blue, but I'm traveling in Europe and my passport got stolen. All my money got stolen. I'm stuck in London and I need you to FedEx me or Western Union me some money. Can you send me some money through Western Union so I can just get back to America and I'll pay you back? And what's funny is the first one of those I got was allegedly from the email account of a guy I know who's the head of a historical society in Michigan. And he and I had exchanged emails once or twice, but I've only met the guy face-to-face twice. At that point, I'd only met him face-to-face once. And I would be so low on the list of people that he would ask for help from that I remember looking at it going, wow, that's a new one, because I had not seen that one before. But apparently what has happened is there are people out there who spend all day long trying to hack into Gmail accounts. And if they get in, they immediately spam everybody in the address book with a thing saying, hey, I'm stranded in London, to see if they can get any nibbles. And so a year or two later, and by the way, I sent an email to a friend of his to say, hey, let him know his email's been hacked. I got a note back immediately going, yeah, he knows, he's sorry, he's doing what he can. But I got one from somebody, again, that I vaguely knew, saying, I'm in London, my stuff's been stolen, I need you to Western Union me some money. Now, I had recently used Western Union for another reason with somebody I know. And so I actually, realizing that this was a scam, said, oh my gosh, how can I help you? And they're like, oh, well, you need the Western Union, like $1,000, because that's what I need to get my passport and get my tickets and get back, and I'll pay you immediately. And so I had the tracking number for an account I had recently done, and I forgot what it is, but it's so many digits long, and it's got letters and numbers. So I knew what they looked like. And so I basically took that number, changed a few things around, transposed them, and said, okay, where do I send the money? And they go, okay, here's what you do. And I said, okay, great, I just sent it. They go, well, where's the tracking number? And I sent over a tracking number. And about half an hour later, I get an email back and goes, that tracking number's no good. And I said, what did I send you? And they sent me, oh, I'm so sorry. I flipped 2 numbers. And I did that 3 or 4 times to where the person got very, very upset. And then I said, well, how about this? I said, I said, the person has sent me the email through a hacked account of a friend of mine who has an Indian name. And I said, well, how about this? Our cousin Tushar lives in London. And I've spoken to him and said that you can swing by, get the money from him. He'll give it to you in cash. And then we'll take care of paying him back later. But of course, he's our cousin, so he'll take care of you. And the person goes, no, I can't do that. I said, why not? He's right there in London. Where are you right now? Where are you right now? You're in London, right? I said, you can go. He's waiting for you right now. The person, I can't go. It's like, you can go to Western Union, but you can't go visit cousin Tushar? He'd like to see you. So, it's too bad because unfortunately, there's no return address on this other than mine, which they did by hacking my account. But I can't waste their time, but they waste mine. And, it's no big deal. I just got to go through and delete these. But there was, like I said, this morning I woke up and 10 in a row. Boom, 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 boom. And I did not check to see if the Bitcoin wallets are all different. But I've gotten, in the last month, I am not exaggerating, probably several hundred of these. And again, if these people are all sitting in an internet cafe someplace, all hammering out this exact same email to millions and millions of people, they must know that people like me are getting dozens and dozens of them. I mean, and I'm just looking at it going, okay, it's stupid. One of these days when I get enough of them, I'll do a video. So it's material for me. So just so you know, if you get this email, the funniest thing of all is the obvious one. There's an obvious problem with this email. If this email was real, that is, somebody had actually done this, they could have very easily attached a file of a photograph they had shot with my non-existent camera on my device. And they could say, here's a photograph of you. See, I can prove I did this. But no, instead all they did was they said, well, I hacked your account because I emailed it to you from your own account, which again, anybody can type in anything as to where email's coming from. So obviously if you get this, ignore it, laugh at it like I'm doing right now. And like I said, I'm fascinated on some level because somebody thought this up and started sending it out. And other scammers said, hey, is that working? I think I'll try that. And next thing you know, you've got this, your device has been compromised. To check this message now, there are some bad news for you. There are some bad news for you. Oh, all your base are belong to us. Questions or comments, place them below. Otherwise, talk to you later.